Blacksburg and Virginia Tech, the home of the Hokies. And don't forget, my son, it's time for Enter Sandman. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. David Pollack and Jesse Palmer will join me shortly. For now, let's enjoy Enter Sandman. And the Ducks will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Virginia Tech's offense will get the first possession of the game. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
Hey, they're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Now on first down from the 28. Got it behind the line. It's Green. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's Drones. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for the season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
When you run the football and then throw in the play action, it's such a tricky thing for the defense. Do I play run? Do I come up fast? It opens those holes right behind the linebackers and between the safeties to make the passing game just a little bit easier.
Leaves it with the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Hokies can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go right back to him. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
One of the coolest things I love about football is the strategy. Like, first drive, what are they going to line up in? What are they going to try to take advantage of? How are they going to attack us? And so far, this offense has had some success. This defense now getting in their territory. They need to figure out some answers to some of these questions.
Finds his big tight end. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Caught behind the line. It's Stewart. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Looking to throw, it's Drones. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Whittington. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Oregon Ducks offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Throws to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Moore will throw. It's complete to the left.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on third down. Got it, looking for a first. Breaks into the open. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. 10. Touchdown, Oregon. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they get it done with a big play, a 76-yarder for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And the Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The lone back's got it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened, though.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Drones. Caught near the sticks. It's Keith. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to run it. Finding an escape route. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Green. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. He keeps throwing it like this for the Hokies, and the defense will have to sleep with one eye open.
And the defense is going to have to grip those pillows tight, because when a QB gets going and spinning it with the ability to run the football too and the diversity of this offense, it can be tough, and the Hokies fans will be excited.
Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Hokies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Green. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
The Hokies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Tight end finds a soft spot. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Motion from the wide receiver. The play action fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Perfect execution by this defense. They played pass, sat back, looked at the quarterback, took everything away, and even better, good pass rush, finishes it, now put him in a predictable 3rd and long situation.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pressure coming. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Absolutely perfect. That brings them to within 1.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Hold and finds his man on the left. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Whittington. Finds a little space. He's loose. He's at the 30. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. The Ducks just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Moore to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this 3rd down. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the ball out a few inches more, and he would have picked up the 1st down. It was a great individual effort there on 3rd down, getting back a bunch of yards, and now they're in a position to go for it here on 4th.
This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Caught close to the marker, it's Benson. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown.
Into the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And and they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Drones. He's got him in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Blacksburg. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Lane Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with anchors.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
They'll ride the hot hand. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Throws to the tight end. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it and make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Moore will throw. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Pick up for 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oregon! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. From the gun, the give, looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Looking to throw, it's Drones. Puts it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Wants to return it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Finds his man. It's Benson. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Moore to the air. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's more. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Wants to throw. It's Drones. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Green. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Takes a hit as he fires. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Looking to throw again. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Drones. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over, and maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
From the gun. Trying to find the end zone. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've stalled out a bit in the red zone. Just a couple of field goals on 3 previous trips. Now to get it in on 2nd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On to attempt the try. And after making the extra point, they're down 24-13. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. He'll do it himself. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
And, man, that's tough. As a defense, you're celebrating your offense. We're about to go take the lead. We're about to go win this game late in the fourth quarter, and then they force the turnover. Now we got to go make it look good. Get off the sideline, change your mindset, go make a play, get the ball back to your offense.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To throw, it's Drones. That's caught. It's Hawkins. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Hokies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And obviously you're in a tough spot. Like, you're down a couple of possessions. The defense knows you're going to throw the football, so you can tell they're backed up. They're playing the pass, and the offense has to take the little stuff underneath. They've got to find a way to make explosive plays, even though the defense is playing conservative.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking deep down the right side. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.